My name is Eliza, and I grew up in a small town where everyone knew each other. My childhood was full of sunshine, laughter, and dreams. I always believed I could shape my future the way I wanted, but life does not always move according to our plans. Sometimes the choices are not ours to make. I was 21 when it happened. I had just finished college, and my heart was full of hope. I dreamed of becoming a teacher. I wanted to stand in front of a classroom, write on the board, and see young eyes shining with curiosity. I wanted to make a difference. But at home, another story was being written for me. My parents were kind but deeply traditional. For them, security and honor mattered more than personal dreams. One evening, I came back from the library and found my mother sitting quietly on the sofa. Her hands were trembling. My father stood beside her with a heavy face. "Eliza," he said softly, "a family friend has asked for your hand. They are good people. This marriage will give you stability." We have agreed. I felt the ground slip from under me. My heart pounded in my chest. "But Papa, I don't even know him," I whispered. My father's eyes lowered. "You will learn to know him. Love can grow." That night, I cried silently into my pillow. The idea of marrying a stranger felt like chains wrapping around my soul. I wanted freedom, not a prison built from tradition. I wanted to choose who held my hand, who laughed with me, who walked beside me through life. But my voice was too small in the face of their decision. The wedding preparations moved quickly. Relatives visited, clothes were bought, gold jewelry was polished. Everyone smiled around me, but inside, I was breaking. My friends noticed my silence, but I couldn't find words to explain the storm inside me. On the wedding day, I sat in a room filled with bright colors, music, and laughter. My dress was heavy with embroidery, but my heart felt heavier. People called me beautiful, but I felt like a flower being cut before it could bloom. When I walked into the ceremony hall, I saw him, my future husband. He was not cruel, not unkind, but he was a stranger. His eyes searched mine, but I looked away. He had agreed to this arrangement, but for me, it was a cage. Days turned into weeks. I moved into his house, carrying my books and my silent pain. He tried to talk, to be gentle, but I could not open my heart. I felt robbed of my choice, my voice, my freedom. One evening, while placing tea on the table, I finally spoke. My hand shook as I said, "I didn't choose this. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to live differently. Do you understand what this feels like?" He sat quietly, listening. His face softened, and for the first time, I saw his humanity. "Eliza," he said, "I didn't choose this either. Our families decided for us, but I don't want you to be unhappy. Tell me what I can do." Tears filled my eyes. For so long, I had felt like a prisoner, but in that moment, I realized he was just as trapped as I was. We were two souls caught in the same net. Over time, something unexpected happened. Slowly, I saw his kindness. He respected my books, my silence, my dreams. He encouraged me to teach children in the neighborhood. Start small, he said, but don't stop. Don't let this marriage kill your dreams. I began teaching little kids in our living room. Their laughter filled the house, and my heart began to breathe again. It wasn't the life I had planned, but it was a life I was shaping piece by piece. I still carry the pain of not choosing my own path. I still think about the what ifs and the life I could have lived. But I also learned something important. Even in the darkest corners, light can find a way in. Love doesn't always come the way we imagine, but kindness, patience, and respect can turn strangers into companions. Forced marriage stole my freedom, but it also taught me the strength of my own voice. I may not have chosen the beginning of my story, but I am determined to write the ending myself.